Danny and Q. We're two friends with nothing and everything to say.
And now we're inviting you into the conversation.
Welcome
to
to
Randomly
Randomly
Speaking.
Speaking.
But all right, yeah, what's up? I should have got me something to eat, but ain't nothing to eat. That's why.
Girl, I had some chicken fried rice from HEB. That stuff wasn't bad.
Have they cooked it already?
Yeah, like they be cooking, and so they have stuff prepared.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, some fried rice, some chicken fried rice, get my protein in and everything. You know, because I've been working out and stuff, right?
Oh, that's good meal. I had a shake and some chips and some honeydew melon, but I haven't had a real meal just because I did not. I realized I don't have no food there.
Yeah, that's why I went. Is because I worked out. I had my after workout protein stuff, and then a little bit later I had an actual protein shake. And so what I've done now, because I used to always only mix my protein in almond milk.
Yeah.
But like it says, like, put it in water. And I know people put their protein in water and stuff, but I was just like, but the last couple times I've mixed it in water. I use that Isopure protein, vanilla flavored, and I mix my collagen in there too. But it's not bad. The funny thing with protein though, I always say it smells like ass. Like,
oh, okay.
So I don't know. I have all my stuff off, but I don't know where.
I've just been drinking pre-mixed protein because I ain't purchased no protein. I'm good for buying a big old container of protein and then getting tired of it halfway through. So I just got the pre-mixed kind. I've been drinking what is it? What is it? Premier.
Yeah, I can't drink it. It's too much dairy in there for me. And that don't run. It tear my stomach up and run right through me. Like the flavors are good, If I
only drink vanilla.
Down. You say you only drink what?
Vanilla.
Oh, boo.
I don't do no other flavors of protein, man. They always taste weird. I mean, the taste is actually good, but mentally, because I know it's protein and I had like crappy tasting protein, it still feels like having a medicinal feel to me unless I throw it in like my blender and mix like some fruit or something in it. Sometimes I will throw it in with like a fruit mix and just kind of a heavier shake if I want to just replace my breakfast or whatever. But yeah, that's about it. I got a
pineapple, so I gotta cut that up. And cucumber. I bought the expensive chopped up salad again.
Oh, the pre-bag salad.
the bag.
I think, man.
Yeah, because I was like, and then the kids, I'm supposed to have them tomorrow afternoon for a few hours. So I bought some stuff, to make them dinner and everything. So I did that. I've been pretty productive. Your girl about to put in an application.
Where you found?
What place? A position open up in critical care.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. So that's what I was messing with. I had I deleted my other account for USA, and because I don't have that phone anymore and stuff. That's how long ago it's been since I've been in there messing around with applications, and I probably had like over 100 applications in there.
Wow.
New start. Everything's been like a fresh start. Like I went to go get one phone, I ended up switching everything over. So everything, it's been like a when I say clean break, like God was like, yo, we getting this. Like everything fresh. Everything. Yeah, everything new. I was going through the clothes I had in there. I went through one drawer or whatever and took out a bunch of stuff and everything. But yeah, everything new around these parts. New. Can't come with the old. So whatever.
Oh, that's it. It's been so daggone. I don't know. It's been a weird week already. What's today? Tuesday?
Yeah, it's only Tuesday.
It's already been like it's been a weird, I guess weird week for me is like when my brain decides that something new has started, and I be feeling like, oh man, it's been a rough week. But so I guess I'll count it from a few days ago. It feels like it's already been a week, and I've been dragging. Oh man, I've been dragging ass like all the last few days, and it's not like I don't feel bad. Nothing. Like I don't feel sad. I don't feel depressed. I just been dragging. Like doing tasks have been difficult. Like the idea of washing dishes, the idea of cleaning up, the idea of taking a shower, the idea of doing anything right in the moment. Like if for some reason I was feeling so like just slowed down and lazy, even though my brain was saying, "Oh, go do this, go do that," my brain is like, "Oh, 10 things to do. You can do this." My body was like, "We ain't feeling that." So everything's taking extra long.
And then you got a run club, right? So you better.
I do, but I don't know if I'm on a run club tonight because go pick up Junie, come back here, go to Friendship Fountain, come back and see that 40. I can't be doing too much gripping and running because I do need to manage the amount of driving and stuff up. What month is August, September to next month? I'll this lien will be off of my income, but I have to make sure I ain't doing too much. And I feel like all this extra driving is making me put so much extra gas in my car and spending so much extra money.
See, I'm on volunteer status for the grandbabies. You know what I'm saying? So like, I ain't got no mandatory. I got my own expenses. I'm out here trying to live my best life right now. Whatever.
Yeah, shit. I be what I said. Around the street, baby.
Shoot, trying to learn how to properly date and everything. All that good stuff or whatever. And so, but it is fun. But for me, it's like I'm super duper selective and picky. But I'm standing by, like, you know what I'm saying? What it is that I want and need too, so I don't have no other mishap. Look, I'm too old for another mishap,
I mean, I understand. Yeah, you put them, a little bit more safeguards, I guess.
But like
pre-checks.
I can't even hit it and quit it, stuff like that. That's just never really been me, like for real. Like like one night stands. Have you had one night stands in your lifetime?
My ex-husband was supposed to be a one-night stand.
Like, what is your definition of one-night stand, though?
Well, my marriages were one-night stands, so I guess I don't have one.
So basically, yeah, we on the same.
I guess I was supposed to one-night stand them, but I didn't.
Right, because I was really for real thinking, like, for real. And people ask the question, you ever had a one-night stand? I'm like, no, and I'm like, that's not true. It can't be true. It can't be true. But for real, like I've never had a one night stand. Like it's always been something, whether it be a relationship afterwards or maybe it's a 2 or 3 night stand.
Yeah, we locked in. Like I guess that's my problem too, because you get this platinum pack. I might call you tomorrow.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, I don't do that. And but like even like I still haven't nobody's come over to my house. If you're not family or friends or whatever. No one's been over to my house and everything, so it's not even, like I go out in the street and date, but then I don't even want to date everybody either. So,
I mean, that makes sense though. I mean, I get the reality is I think it's just more pressure thinking about it, but you definitely should just not date everybody, but
yeah,
if it's some slight interest, have a donut with it. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I don't know. Yeah, because then you get to. I mean, it's like to me, it's like doing research. It's like doing a research project. You gotta go. It's like we had encyclopedias. You remember you put it. It was like research used to be real. You had books, man. You had books and books and books, and you got something out of each one of those books to make the final project. You know what I'm saying? I think the whole dating thing is kind of like you, and it's not like you take it from people, but the more you interact with people in that manner, the more you learn. Because you'll meet somebody and you be like, okay, you know what, this person they felt good, they sounded good, but you learned something about them or yourself that you was like, okay, that is not what I want in my. That's something I can eliminate from my dating circle, or something that I want, my experiences that I want to have again. When you eliminate that, and it sounds crazy, but yes, it is. It is dealing with dating people is pretty much just doing research, and everybody who like you don't have to like them too. I think that's what
I don't like everybody that likes me.
It's hard to not hurt people's feelings, but it's also, you got to find a way to say, I had a good time, you had a good time,
or maybe I didn't have a good time, but maybe I, that's my problem. It's gonna show on my face too, talking, but I am honest with people. You know what I'm saying? If I like you, I like you. If I don't, if there's nothing there like that. But my problem though, I'm not if you just trying to get in my pants,
Right. Well, I mean, you know that that's there, and you know that that's a possibility. It is. Then you just have to put them in a category are we friends, or is this a person I want to chit chat with, or or what? I guess what are the interactions become? What are they for? What's the reason for me talking to this person?
Or why are you calling me?
Yeah.
What is your true intention of calling me? Are you really calling me to check up on me, or are you really I only had it's been very few who have actually honestly asked me how am I doing? And everything else, and where my head's at and stuff. And then I've had some be like, look, I'm trying to lock you down, whatever. I'm like, the ink ain't even dry yet. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. And I'll be telling them, I'm in the streets, man. Just let me be in the streets for a little while, whatever. But reality is if I didn't have a relationship with you the first time around or anything else, and if I'm still seeing the same stuff, it's not gonna happen now miraculously.
Yeah.
There's a reason why and everything. Yeah. One person talking about you ghosted me, you ghosted me, right? And I was like, did I really ghost you, or did I tell you what was up? And I did. I told her what was up, Right. And then maybe I did ghost her after that. I told her what was up, and it was still.
But it's not really ghosting, and it's just I just been chilling. I hadn't had much. Sometimes the thing too is, people are so indirect, and when you have direct behaviors, it's hard they don't know what to do with that, because your behavior is, hey, we're cool. I don't mind socializing with you. I don't mind talking to you, right, but I don't want to kick it with you like that. So this is not someone that you randomly call on a Wednesday with, you just don't think of them to call more often than, every blue moon. Let me check in on this person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's it. And they're looking for someone this is the thing. They're pursuing you, but they want the table to turn, and now you to start. Now that they've said, hey, I want to, go further with you. Now they want the table to turn and you to start pursuing them, even though you've already said, hey, that's not what I want.
Yeah. For real, I'm pursuing who I want to pursue.
It's just, it's how people are, but
at this moment in time, I'm pursuing who I want to pursue. That's where my efforts are. You know what I'm saying? That's where my attention is.
Yeah. I think don't put no pressure on yourself, though. I mean, even interactions and dealing with folks, it is what it is. When it's no, analyzing it is what it is. That way things will for you remain natural. Because when you super analyze stuff, you start to also convince yourself. You start to look for, the things that make the thought that you have about it. But the people, folks, you have to tell them. It's not hurting feelings, but essentially it is hurting feelings, because you have to say that thing that people don't want to hear. And that is, oh, I'm not interested in you in that way. Or, you have to say something, something kind of sugar-coated, like, man, we did miss our chance back in the day, but I'm glad that we still cool.
Yeah.
And I can I can call you every so often, and laugh about blah blah blah. If people bring up old times, you have to use stuff like this, like shut it out. Like people think that I don't in '99, if we kissed, there's no reason for you to ever bring that shit up again in 2025.
Yeah.
If we kissed in '99 and we not trying to do nothing else, and we don't have no inside joke, there's no reason for you to imply it. There's no reason for you to imply that we're together. There's no reason for you to bring up back in the day, none of it, because the reality of feelings would be more hurt that my brain is gonna treat it like it never happened, like I don't even remember. So, especially now for you, and me too, I feel like if people say something like that, I've been married and out of that, like that. Anything before that, you shouldn't even be bringing it up, because that wiped the slate clean. When I got married, that wiped the slate clean. So all now,
the one I was like, I went out with somebody. What I said, it wasn't really a date, but it was cool. The vibe was good and everything else. And I was like, oh, for real? And, because you say you my friend, right? So we talking like friends talk, right? And I'm telling you what's up. You're like, what you been doing? Whatever. I'm telling you. But then after that, all of a sudden, you blowing my phone up every day. Good morning, good night, good afternoon. What's been going on? I really need to come out there and see you. No, you don't. No, you don't. You know what I'm saying? No, you don't. And then they say this person or whatever. I was like, I could possibly, whatever. But people trying to change their behavior and stuff.
You have to tell them they want you to say stuff like "come on out" for you to validate things they say and they do. But if people do say, "Hey, I'm coming to see you," blah blah blah, you used to do the things because people will try to place themselves somewhere. If I was that person, I'm like, "Oh man, I'm coming to hang out with you. I'm gonna come visit you." Shit, be like, oh, that's good. I'll be that. It'll be good because I am looking forward to introducing my friends to the people that I've met here. And then let's say, hey, you gotta meet. It'll be good for you to meet Q and Barbara and James because that's who I'm spending my time with here, and they get to see both best of both worlds. You know what I'm saying? You gotta say it without saying it, because
that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been
doing. I just think it's crazy to me. You was barely out of the Sunshine State before they was like, so what up, ho? You know what I'm saying?
Because I don't even care. I don't even care the status because really probably the last year didn't even. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. See, that's the same for me too. But my thing is
legally
as a friend as a friend and someone who calls himself a friend and someone who's because I'm telling you, it's not like these people who just met you a couple months.
Right, and they know.
So it's you ain't got a little bit of in you to say, let me chill, because what if you said something foul back? What if you, because you could have hurt feelings. You could have said exactly back, how dare you? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. How dare you act?
For real. And that's why I'm in the street.
That's some cool about you. Or what is it?
Everybody want me to wait for them, their availability, so to speak. They don't want me talking to anybody, so that way when they pop up, I had someone be like, yo, I don't care who you dealing with. When I come, they can't be around. And I don't work like that. If I have somebody, first of all, you're not staying in my bed with me. You're not staying, you know what I'm saying? You're probably not coming if that's your intention. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm dating somebody with somebody or whatever. And you know how I operate. Yeah, you know how I operate. So you might not want to come at all. You know
what? As long as they visit you and pay their own way, so that way when they get there, their feelings ain't hurt, and it's it's not what you think it's gonna be.
Man, for real.
That's crazy to me.
But people's true intentions come out, and I just take note.
I guess I think it's weird to me because when you're friends with somebody, I don't know.
If you're really friends with somebody,
yeah. And I'm not saying that people don't be having big feelings towards some of their friends that they've never had. I'm not saying it's like that. You're not friends with someone who may have an underlying crush. They may have things wrong. But I feel like as adults, we have to have a level of self-control, respect, and just, I think that calling dibs on a person at our age is also childish. Like, what are we doing? And that's not the behaviors of somebody that is like an adult. Because really, if someone's trying to pursue you, I think the person who is willing to pursue you, who really genuinely wants to pursue you properly, is approaching it properly. Because everybody else just calling dibs is saying that they put themselves on a pedestal already. They put themselves in a place that they ain't in. Like,
yeah.
Oh, okay. So you think that I'm just gonna immediately you can claim me and I'm claiming you and I'm just a sucker. So you don't got to work up, prove yourself or nothing to this, because like, what? Get yourself together, buddy.
Stop. You do need to get this together or whatever. I'm just so.
I'm glad you ain't hoeing.
I
guess I'm glad you ain't hoeing. I mean, you could be hoeing, man.
Yeah, that just ain't. It just ain't my thing. I can pretend.
Yeah, like, easy because they.
Yeah. Could I if I wanted to? Yes. Yes. The opportunity is there. But then your feelings will be hurt even more.
Yeah, and somebody got cussed out quick too, though. You know what? I think that'd be the problem too. As much as you could probably be detached from somebody, at the same time, people. Yeah, and you with your luck, you hit a fatal attraction ass somebody who. Yeah.
I thought the other one was like gonna turn out to be a fatal attraction, man. I told you, I thought she was gonna poison me one time. I was like,
nah, that one fatal attraction.
Like, things was too, She kept telling me, she said, "You never gonna leave me. You never."
That'd be that would be fatal attraction. That's just a different thing. That fatal attraction, that'd be when they really be in their mind like, this one is mine and blah blah. For one, that joker was not committed enough for a fatal attraction. Fatal attraction people are committed for real. Like they committed to their folks. Fatal attraction be the people who be like, okay, you know what, this just really ain't working out and I want out. Not because the person is disloyal. That joker ain't have enough loyalty to have a fatal attraction. Shit. You understand? They like, well, why'd you do this? Because I love her. Well, what does that explain? These other things. This is not, like.
Yeah, right. That's funny, man.
You got a little bit of loyalty and fatal attraction. Fatal attraction people are they like those stalkers who people like. This one chick, she told us she had the same stalker for 8 years. I'm like,
no way. I did have an ex back in the day in Hawaii. And she was like, and this was like one of my first like female relationships and everything too, right? So I actually, as a matter of fact, it was my first female relationship, and she was a little bit cuckoo and like a besa. Freaking. Then my brother was like, "What did you do to her?" Or whatever, like we'd be at having a party at the house or something. This is after everything was all said and done. Like, in order for me to leave her, now Hawaii, right? So this is the first time I was stationed in Hawaii. In order for me to leave her, like we had took leave together and went back to the mainland and everything, right? And we took like 30 days or whatever of leave. And then what I ended up doing, because then she was gonna go see some of her family. We went to like my house and stuff with my parents and stuff. And she was gonna go see some of her family or something. And so when she dipped out to go see some of her family, I took off and went back to Hawaii. So she down so we were in Virginia. She goes to Florida. I dip out and go back to Hawaii.
What?
I know. But I was scared, right? Because I'm like, why are you small? But what happened was, what was my final straw? Like, we went to go to see some of my friends in Maryland. Mm-hmm. We went to like a lunch or whatever. One of my closest friends, man, and she was acting crazy. Like she was just like being super jealous, she was saying stuff to the point where my friend was like saying stuff back to her, right? And in front of her, my friend was like, "Yo, she ain't the one for you. I know this is your first little relationship and you experiment whatever it is you're doing. She said, I don't care, I support everything, but this ain't the one. And then she told me, she was like, she might end up killing you or something. Like she said this in front of her, like, you know, she was like, and so the girl got pissed off, stormed out, left me at the restaurant or whatever with my friends and stuff. Right. And so then my friend was like, man, you could just chill here until whatever, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, I was gonna just take the bus home or whatever. And then she ends up coming back, and my friend was like, I don't think you should get in the car with her. She like, I was like, she should be all right. I think she calm down or whatever. And she had a cast. No, she didn't have a cast on her hand. Then she ended up breaking her hand. And so we get in, we're going, she's driving erratically and stuff, and then she's fighting me. Like she's fighting me in the car. She's driving and she's like, I'm up against the door like this and stuff. She's swinging stuff. She said, I think you like her and what y'all got going on. I was like, it's my friend. And you already knew she was my friend. You know what I'm saying? Because this is girl. She taught me a lot and just that one. And that's why I understand how I end up still getting other people in the future. But like she went through my whole phone bill. That's when like cell phones were kind of newish, you know. So military money, you know, we got cell phones and stuff, but everything is right there. So one day I come home and she done called people on my bill to see who they are. So my friends are calling me and telling me and emailing me and stuff. I'm like, hey, I just got a phone call from such and such. And she was doing stuff in front of other people. So it wasn't like it was a secret. People were like, yo, you need to run. Like run.
Oh yeah.
Like, so whenever she went to Florida, I dipped out, went back to Hawaii, and I packed all my stuff out of the house and then moved in with another friend and stuff while she's gone. So then when she came back, you know, the house, all my stuff was gone, all Zay's stuff was gone out the house. Like you know, so our stuff is clear. And she had a kid too, same age as Zay.
Mm-hmm.
But all my stuff is gone. And then I stood clear. Like we worked in the same building, you know, we were at the tunnel, man, something. And so after that, then at first she was kind of like, yeah, I'm cool, you know, it's all good and everything, whatever. But I was like, for real, like I was scared. I was scared. But when I had moved with my friend and she found out where I was staying, like I would come out to my car in the morning, get ready to go to work or something, and she would leave like stuff like her favorite air freshener on top of my car, so I would know she was there and stuff. Yeah, she had a party at my brother's house, and so it was a ton of us there. And then you know, I'm in positions, man. I don't want to lose my rank and stuff. I don't want to lose in trouble. We got clearances and stuff. Like this ain't no, you know. And she saw me, and I guess she knew about it. Was hard not to know about the party or whatever. Yeah. Hawaii's small. And this time, because it's the same house that we used to live in, but I had my brother. He took over the lease and everything. I talked to, you know, Hawaiian landlords. I love them. Right. So he took over the lease and everything. Him and his friends. But she had been driving around. Somebody had told me they thought they saw her driving or something on the street, and it's dark. So we're out there, you know, out front messing around and playing and stuff. The neighbors are out and stuff. This girl tried to run me over.
What?
Like she tried to run me over in the street, like speed up.
Hey.
Yes.
I'm gonna need you to get it together.
And I was a little bitch in a relationship. Like I was like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, what do they call it? Molly Homemaker, Susie Homemaker and stuff. I was, you know, cooking, cleaning, like making sure, like, you know, I just didn't know what to do. This is my first female relationship, bitch. But yeah, so that was scary. That was
you know what though, Pete? I'm not gonna say that if you wasn't in the same state, the way these folks care about you though, your ass might be in that same situation. You might be lucking out right now. The way these jokers claim you might be lucking out because I don't put it past anyone that if you lived in the same location as some of these folks, that somebody would be bold enough to knock on the front door, bold enough to invite themselves over because, you know, you're so nice and people think that they can just, you know.
I can't be mean. Like,
you know, it's the thing though too, when I feel like, just in my opinion, when people see you deal with a certain type of person, they find out like, you know, people are supposed to be your friends. They see you deal with a certain type of person, then they discount you. They think that because this happened with this person, that you they've determined a certain personality trait about you. Like, oh, this person, I can like, they can tell you stuff like that. Like, I can tell you, well, when I come visit, whoever you're dealing with can't be around. Like, they've decided that that's something about your personality, but in reality, that shit don't flow that way. They just think that because they've seen you be in situations where people have, gotten over, or they think that, oh, you're such a lover girl that it's pushover level. It's not pushover level. It's not like I'm such a love girl that I want to be with your ass, or I just take anything that's offered. That's not the case. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You genuinely want a lockdown. You genuinely want to be in something good. You're not trying to, play the field or whatever. It's just going through the process of actually dating. In the you is genuinely just dating. It's more of a joke for you to be like, oh, I'm in the streets. It's more so like, hey, I am back in the streets because I'm single again. Proud. What is that? Trina. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It ain't like what people think it is. But hey,
For sure.
I think how you do folks, when you want people to really leave you alone, you start pull them out of their comfort zone. People like, oh, I got to come see you, but when you gonna come here? Cause you know what I'm saying. How you flying? You flying next week? Get your money up. You gonna buy a ticket?
Right.
We're gonna do this, that. You gonna be able to do that? Sometimes you gotta pull people whole card. Like, oh, okay.
I ain't paying for it if I ain't. I just ain't out here giving.
You better not be like, oh, well, I flew such. I'm gonna be mad.
Nope.
I would be mad at you. Oh.
You ain't look. You don't have to worry about.
Don't worry, because I talk about you.
I read my list. I read my own list. Almost every day.
I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, oh, I guess you trying to be supportive since you were so unsupportive from the last one. You were such an unsupportive. I ain't gonna never let that go. That joker said you did not wait for me to get myself together.
Yeah. Like you didn't give me time. Like Quimby, we ain't have any kids at the house. It was just me and you. That's it. Everybody should be grinding. If we talking about a common goal, well, it wasn't even a common goal. You just wanted to ride. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but my thing was, even if it'd be one thing that it was like, y'all would, that joker was not even working and paying for like not even even bills. Like that joker wasn't working and then being like, oh, we going out to dinner, you know what I'm saying, on me. The joker wasn't working and saying, well, you paying all the bills, but let me take care, let me make sure my boo is good. No, that joker was not working and still was like, I hope you're gonna keep me glitz and glamour, bitch. Like what?
Like, and I did. I got to the point, like, for real. I wasn't paying for nails, nothing. Cause I'm like, then like you got a job. Like, I'm not requiring anything. Cause my thing is, and I think people take that the wrong way. No, I'm not gonna let my rent go or now my mortgage go or whatever. You know that I'm gonna be situated. I don't have been down that road before. You know what I'm saying? We're not repeating that and everything. Yeah. So my bill is gonna pay for it. Ain't nobody coming to repo no car. Ain't nobody coming. You know what I'm saying? Right. So yes, the lights are gonna be on, water gonna be running and stuff. But you take that to be like, well, I really don't have to worry about it because I know she ain't gonna let stuff slide. I still am super humble though. I'm just now finally getting a big head.
It can. For one, I tell you have to have some. Everyone should have some level of arrogance. Arrogance can be. You can have arrogance and it not be out of control. It not be cocky. And not be demeaning to others. Because if you don't have any arrogance for yourself, you're not going to go anywhere. People who are successful have a level of arrogance to them. The problem is people don't know how to see a confident person without judging, making it seem like that person thinks they're better than you. Like, bitch, essentially I am. But in my world, I'm better than everyone.
Right. But you gotta be like, how much self-talk I be doing? Like, I be walking around this house, look, this big house, like, thank you, God. But the self-talks and the pumping myself up and everything else, like, yo,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I know what I'm worthy of. I know what I bring to the table. I done built the table, the chairs, everything, prepared the meal, put it on the table. You know what I'm saying? and then you mad because I ain't invite you to sit down. Well, I don't feel that you're worthy enough to sit down at my table. And that's just what it is. I've done too much. I've been through too much. And like, you gotta come like.
What they say when the hen baking, what was it when the hen was baking the bread? It was like, who gonna help me? Who gonna help me? Who would nobody can help me? When the bread was baked, everybody wanted some.
Yeah, for real.
You spend so many days doing that, and I'm not saying like, I'm not trying to say like you some saint. I'm not trying to say I'm some saint.
No, not at all.
But I just spent too many days giving away free bread. I just spent a lot of days building the table, cooking the meal, putting the meal on the table, and not even eating because everybody else got the meal. You know what I'm saying? And then I smiled in hunger, and those same people came back for seconds of what was of nothing. Hey, can I get nothing? Can you feed me from your empty plate? And so you got to have some level of arrogance, some level of confidence, and it does not cancel out you being humble. It does not cancel out you having gratitude. The fact of the matter is the only way you're going to continue to have what you have and build on that is to think highly of yourself, is to be confident, have some level of arrogance, because if you don't, it won't take much to, bring you down. You know how when you put so much, we all put some type of stock in people. We put a value into our relationships. So when you meet someone based on the value you put into them, they can bring you down if you don't have enough self-value. Like you don't have, so, and I say that, like, I used to look at people, honestly, I did not think that I was good enough for my last husband. Like, upon meeting him, I thought that, like, I should be lucky that this person is pursuing me as much as they are pursuing me.
Yeah.
Outside of like initially meeting them, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, I was glad they talked to me, and it was like, damn, you talking to me, but even after that, I was like, oh, I didn't feel like I was that person, but it's because I had spent so long in a level of where I didn't think highly enough of myself. I was, I felt good about me. I loved me. I liked me, but it was not the proper amount of arrogance. I didn't have the proper amount of confidence in myself to go into the situation properly. So the things they said and did started to degrade, take away what I thought of myself, and made me look like, dang, I'm not that. I'm even less than what I thought I was. You know what I'm saying? And so if I had that self-awareness then, well, I wouldn't even got as far as I got, but
and like I told you, because like I got you, and then I got my friend Nuckafy Buck. Like she be like Nuckafy Buck, and so it's so funny. I love talking to both of y'all though, and one is on each shoulder. One of y'all, you know what I'm saying? It would you be funny with yours, because you'll be like, the true me, I want to tell you to do this, but I love love. Love is love. Maybe you'll work it out. Maybe things will get better. You know what I'm saying? You said, that's what I'm going to tell you. That's not what I want to say. The other one say, nah, fuck that. Fuck that bitch. Look, she like, fuck that bitch. You've been there too long. What are you doing? You're going to get harder for yourself or whatever. What are you doing?
Yeah. But, whoop that trick. I write down, if you wonder, I write down minute markers for where I need to go and like cut things out,
like stuff you got to chop out.
Yeah, so I be like,
all that put that in the world right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I always write down little minute markers of things that I'm like, let me cut that right there.
No case.
It's literally like, it'd be like 5 seconds to cut, but people don't realize how hard it is to cut 5 seconds, because you really got to cut. You really cut a video. You take this part of video and save it, and then you save this part of video. But if 5 more minutes down the road, you gotta cut it. You gotta save the video, and then
And I appreciate all that you do, so I could be out here.
Like, let me be smart and write down the markers when I'm looking. You know,
the first one was it was kind of in the beginning. You trying to
it was at 28. When it was at a 28 and 29 marker. I
trying to call me out, make me admit something.
Oh yeah,
I ain't even ready.
I got you.
You know, we ain't there yet. You know what I'm saying? Look, and that's the other thing.
I hope it gets. I do hope it like gets like, and I'm not trying to cancel anybody out. Yeah, but I do hope it like ramps up for you. Like I want you to, you know, take some perfume samples. You know what I'm saying? Like it just got to happen. You know, because I got to live through you for one, and two, it just got to happen. You deserve that much. That because I'm not gonna say you made it easy, but them last two, they won the goddamn lottery. No. And
I did make it too easy for them.
They won lottery.
The last one, I was really trying to like.
Now,
when you be real though, when you ain't giving me a chance, I'm like, motherfucker, what you mean I ain't giving you a chance? Like, I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. Like, you done. I told her though, I said, you trying to break me all the way down. I see what it is. You trying to really break me all the way down. That's what it is. That's what it is. And sometimes we be having conversations. I said, are you trying to make me think that I'm crazy or something? I said, I mean, I know I get a check. I was like, but that's not, this ain't what? You know, I'm just looking at it. Look, they just be looking at me like this. What? And I'm like, really? For real? You know, it got so bad. I was just like, you know, just tell me, let's talk. I don't want to talk. I was like, I'm tired of wasting my breath, like having unnecessary conversations. I said, because that's all it is right now, really, you know?
Right.
Just to make you be like, yeah, we talked about it, and I was available to talk. I was like, I don't even want to talk. Like, for what? What are we talking for? Why?
It is crazy that you even had to have those conversations.
Yeah. That's great, man. That couch wouldn't have been able to come even if I wanted to. I slept on it for like a year, man.
Do you think about how the drastic change in that initial when you first met somebody and they was talking to you and you start to see like your mind starts to play back the tape of how the things they said and the things they did before, and then later on you like, how did I get to this point where I'm having this?
So for this one, like that's why I said
with this person when before.
Yeah, that's why this one I was like, you know, I take full responsibility, Q. Like I take full responsibility. I asked God. God showed me. He told me, and I still kept moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like I was at the stage where you can get out now. You know what I'm saying? Before we said I do, something happened, and I still just kept going with it. Like, you know, and that's the part about somebody's potential. Or you like, oh, maybe, and I made all kinds of excuses for him. All kinds of excuses. Maybe it's because of this. Maybe it's because of that. You know, or you're just not used to certain things. You know, some people just not used to certain things. And I'm like, I get it. Like, because I know I'm a good person. You know, I know that, like, I'm, you know, if you telling me everybody you've been with is a bum and everybody this, that, whatever and stuff.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff you're talking about, like, in my world, it's like, I would never, you know, or that's just not even how I operate and stuff. But so I made so many excuses. And so when I play back, I'm like, God told me from the beginning, the first time I asked God, like, is this what I should be doing? God said no. And I kept moving.
What do you think it is? Like, let's be real though. Me and you, we talk about this all the time. All right, we talk about it. We talk about these relationships. We talk about the things that we accepted during them, the people we were in them, because I'm not saying we're saints. But what's like some of them, like the main, like let's say 2 or 3 things that you took, because it can't be just one. Can't be. If it was, we're gonna play back the tape if we get some lessons. But what was the thing? Like, what did you get from that about you? Like, just you in general. Like, what was that one? Give me like one of those deep, like, in the soul, hard to hear, hard to know lessons about yourself that you got from
it? You can't save everybody. What's that song? She don't want to be saved. You know what I'm saying? She don't want to be saved. But for real, like I need to save charity work for charity. And yeah, I don't. It just you gotta do more for me. You gotta do more. But like for me personally, like once if I tell you, okay, yeah, we're gonna work on this or we're gonna whatever, I genuinely mean that. And so I'm gonna try everything in my power to do that. Because I've had other failed relationships or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna try to do everything in my power to know that I did my part. Like I did my part. And like my knuck if you buck friend said though, for real, it's okay. We were bamboozled, you know? We were bamboozled. We see now, we know now. So it's okay to walk away. Like it's okay to dust your hands and walk away. But for me, I was still like, okay, let me make sure I'm doing everything I can. And then it's like if you have hardships going on in your life, I'll put myself on the back burner, you know, and I shouldn't do that either, you know. But no one should make you do that either. You know, if they're really your person, they're not gonna make you put your hardships on the back burner either. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna make sure that you're all right. Especially if you telling them you ain't all right, you know? They ain't gonna be like, hurry up and get over it. They're gonna make sure you're all right. And so you have a hardship and then I'm like, okay, so I don't want to just leave you hanging. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so prioritizing yourself was like a hard thing. Like you chose to prioritize them, and
like they should on
reality, they should have, you know, it should have been a balance. They should have saw that, hey, you continuously have to prioritize others or them over yourself, and so that support would have been better. Like, hey, even if someone wants you to support them, they should have given the option for a lesser level of support, or at least equal balance where they are holding up themselves a little bit too. So it's like, hey, I understand that you're one person and you're doing this and you have to do that too. So save yourself too. Put your oxygen mask on before you put mine on, basically.
Yeah, you have to do that. And like even like you can't pour from an empty cup into somebody else. Like your cup needs to be full and you give them the overflow of your cup, but don't empty your cup to pour into somebody else. Just all kinds of stuff. And then even that just goes back to the givers and the takers. You know what I'm saying? I am a giver. I'm always going to be a giver. That's who I am. That's what I do. But I feel like givers, unless some people want to be a giver and don't need anything from me, you know, they're just like here, you know, there's those type of relationships too, you know. But for me, I need another giver. I need someone who's gonna go just as hard as I'm gonna go, and doesn't mean like tit for tat, you know. Right. I buy you a pair of shoes, you buy me a pair. No, but like just other stuff.
You're just not in it alone.
Like, do I need like whatever?
A teammate, you know. Yeah. Essentially, that's what it is, you know. I understand that. I think like so. Basically, you had to learn not that you could be a superhero for everyone.
Yeah, for
sure. And had to learn to prioritize yourself, and also had to learn that, well, like you said, you can't pour from an empty cup. I feel like in those experiences you had, it also goes back to like, why was it that way? And these are all things, everything, a lot of things you said I've experienced. We're not on the same path when it comes to that. Like I got more of a raggedy, you know, a bumpier road towards like being nice to people than you have. Like I'm nice, but I'm nasty too. But I understand how, and I accept, because sometimes I try to figure out like why. And one thing I got was like as a kid, like at what point did I want somebody to save me? I always wanted someone to bail me, fix the situations I'm in, help me. You know, everything that I've been to someone is what I wanted from someone else. Like, maybe not like directly, but in some form or fashion, my basic needs in this area or whatever was not met. So when I interact with people, that's one of the things that tend to be is like the taking care, the nurturing, and not just nurturing, like the like overly taken care of. Like I can't, like, hard to see another person suffer, even if they're making themselves suffer, you know, because all you see is what they don't have. You don't see what they're doing to put themselves in that situation. Right. And not that you don't see it, but your brain doesn't do that. Your brain automatically wants to solve a problem. Your brain wants people around you and connected to you to be happy, to be satisfied, for their needs to be met. And so naturally, your body, your mental immediately goes to, oh, let me do those things. It doesn't play back, well, how did they even, you're not the person who says, well, how'd you get here for one? Someone says, I need help. You don't be like, well, how'd you even get in this situation? You know, You're the person who says, oh, you need help. What do you need help with? Let's solve the problem. Right. But with the problem and the conflict in that is meeting someone who is a taker or someone who's a user, and I'm not saying that it starts out that way, because I genuinely believe that people start out with you with some decent and good intentions. Right. But the core of them as well is a person who could have been not taken care of and they became selfish. Because it goes both ways, you know. It's people who have the same wound, but everybody takes care of it differently. And that's why I tell you, like me and my ex, we have the same wound. That's why I believe we stayed together so long, because our wound is the same. But my approach to the my treatment of the wound is you know, save everybody. We got to do this. Their treatment of the wound is every man for himself, because you know what I'm saying. If I got hurt, everybody's willing to, you know.
I think that is, and I kind of saw some of that, and even hearing some of their conversations with some of their friends. Like one of the first conversations very early on, I guess she was talking about stuff I had done, was doing, whatever, just how I lived really and stuff. And then her friend was like, well, you deserve to be taken care of, so just sit back and just let her take care of you. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't what we agreed upon. We agreed upon coming in here hustling, because I'm like, I don't want to work forever and stuff. So I was doing certain things. And or even just listening to some of her stories that she told me about her using other people. Why would I be different? Yeah. You know, just because it's official and we married, but why would I be different if you laughed about that stuff? If that was
because you're genuine, though.
You know what I'm saying? So why should I be any different? Why should you treat me any different than you're treating these other people? You know?
Because it's one-sided, and you definitely, you know, knew that's not what you deserve. And when you hear someone say they did something to someone else, they never say, I had this really, really nice, great person and I dogged them. They minimize who that person is.
That's true.
So it makes their behavior or what they do, you know, it don't sound as bad. And I'm not saying we as people, it should probably be a self-assessment too. If you don't scrunch your nose up a little bit, I also look at things like that ain't my business. You know, that's before me, how they handle it, whether they ain't together. So maybe that person dealt with it, whatever. It's just not your place. It's not what you're thinking about. But later on, like you said, when things ain't so great, you kind of hear it again and you like, damn, you know. And that's human nature. It is human nature. We do fault people for like, damn, so this happened when y'all first got together and you still, you know, but human nature is not to find the fault in people unless you're already traumatized enough to be that way. Like, you're not a person who looks for the lie in someone's word. Right. So, you know, it's not how you deal with them. But in other words, another person you're dealing with, they're looking for the loophole. They're looking for the one thing that you say that they can find fault in, and not to call you on it, but to make their insides feel okay enough to do what they do. You know?
And that's I saw that and I experienced that. Not just with this relationship either. It's like when people are steady accusing you of certain things,
Yeah.
They're looking for stuff, you know, to justify what they're doing. And then, but like, even like the last one was like, you know, they always talking about your bitches and hoes and who you talking, you know, your bitches and hoes or whatever. I could be talking to you. I could be talking to whatever, but just the constant, you know, but then to come out and be like, yeah, I know you're not doing anything. So, because you know,
I felt really indifferent about our Key West trip. I was just like, I didn't even know if we should take photos. I was like, damn, I really do not want this motherfucker to act crazy because I am an act crazy type of bitch. Like, I was like, oh, you know, especially when I like just calling you, I'm like, I don't want this motherfucker to be mad in that because we cool. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, damn, I don't want to be no shit because I don't want to have to. I don't want to smoke this fool.
Yeah,
it's really because me and you friends, you know, really because I wouldn't put you in a situation where if I said something off the meat rack that you gotta be because I mean I wouldn't want you to be like I say something foul, I wouldn't want you to have to live with like y'all together every year. You like, well, just my friend and my wife don't like each other. Like I wouldn't want to put you in that situation. And but I know me too, like it will only take one thing, like one accusatory thing about me, and I would have said some old foul shit, like she would have hated me for the rest of her existence, and then, you know, it would have caused a gap with us because I wouldn't want to hang out with you, put you in that situation, you know.
Right.
But
like even so, because like even like with that trip, it's like whatever. I'm going out with my friends, whatever. We going on this trip and stuff, but mind you, like so that's one trip. You know what I'm saying? I don't took this girl on 50 trips or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
To whatever and done 50 things, but that one trip, then it became something. And then it even to the point of, oh, y'all stayed in the same room. I told you we was getting one room. Like this is literally like a road trip. But mind you, so that was the only reason that was an issue is because later I found out that she's staying with people that she hadn't even told me she was staying with. She lied to me about where she's staying when she going to Georgia and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
So yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I don't ever look for anything. Stuff to come up, but I'm like, okay, I already told you, like, whatever. What's the big deal? Like, you no matter, you know, we've been friends since whatever, you know. And but also trying to explain to people who have not lived that military life, who have not done that, trying to explain that to people and how you can just, it's hard. You can't really explain it, you know. There very few people are understanding like, okay, I can get it, or they can equate it to something in the civilian world, whatever, you know, if their friendships and stuff growing up. But then every little thing became something. Oh, you had fun. I see you had fun. You had smiles on your face, whatever. But we just doing what we do. Like nothing. There was
that fun. Goddamn
it. I was like, you don't understand. There's no shit. Like she used to get so mad at me. Like we could be arguing, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I get on the phone with a friend or something, we laughing and joking and hee hee ha ha or whatever, or I'm out in public laughing and joking, you know, see my friends or something, hee hee ha ha. She would get so mad, be like, you're not doing that with me. I said, we got problems. We got issues. Like, what do you want me to hee hee ha ha about right now? Like, our shit is in trouble. Like, our junk is fucked.
We're in shambles.
Look, that's what I was saying. I was like, our shit is fucked up. I can't sit here hee hee ha ha with you. I said, they didn't do anything to me. Like, why am I gonna be like rah with them? You know?
Yeah, I don't.
They're not the cause of my problem.
Like, oh, they're not the cause
of my stress. And that's what it was. I'm like, dang, man.
Motherfucker, they called me and they told me a joke. They didn't call me and say I ain't shit, or they did not lie to me.
Right. So why do I have to explain this to you? Like, I don't care how you talk on the phone with your friends. Like, it ain't never been. You know what I'm saying? Issue, a thing, or whatever. And so
I guess it do be like that with folks who got some other shit going on.
And that's what I'm saying. So they always want to make your junk what theirs is, you know. And it just, I just ain't. Like, I just ain't. And the one time I went through her phone bill, the one time, see, that's why God be like, just don't even do stuff, you know. And I forget what she did or what she said, and then I'm sitting up like it's probably 2:00 in the morning or something. I'm sitting up. And so, first of all, I'm trying to figure out how to even get to the phone bill. And then I laughed at myself. And as I'm laughing at myself, I'm like, what do you do? I said, I don't understand what she does when she gets to the phone bill because there's no names, there's no nothing. It's just numbers.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm like, what do you do? I'm thinking I'm going to see some magic formula or something, right? This motherfucker want to get up. She got to go to the bathroom or whatever. And then she come right in, look at my computer screen. What you doing or whatever? Oh, you looking at my phone bill? I was like, yeah, I'm trying to figure some stuff out, you know. So now I'm trying to make myself seem harder or whatever. Like, yeah, I'm going through your phone. I'm like, and I'm asking her, I was like, how do you even go through my phone bill? Like, what do you know? All you see is numbers.
Yeah,
like, that's it. Like, if you don't know who the number belongs to, like, how are you even sitting here trying to make an accusation or anything else or whatever? But that one time, girl, we sitting in therapy. And she went through my phone bill and I said, how many times have you gone through my phone? How many times have you gone through my phone bill, my life, my everything? You know what I'm saying? I mean, the girl got trackers on me. I didn't even know she had. Well, she had like my calendar and stuff. I didn't know she had access to my calendar, but like my calendar, and then one day she wanted to let me know, oh, I got your calendar. Because she know what she did. She asked me, she was like, I thought you had to do such and such today or something. I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, I thought you were supposed to be doing such and such. Why aren't you doing such and such or whatever? Or is that not real that you really not have to do such and such and whatever? And I was like, it got canceled or moved, but I'm like, how do you even know? Like, that wasn't even, I'm sitting at home. So it's not like I'm somewhere else, and she caught me or something. I'm sitting at home in front of the TV or something, then she finds out, well, I have access to your calendar or whatever. I have your calendar on my phone. I'm like, how do you have my calendar? To this day, I don't know how she had my calendar. I even asked my therapist, like, yo, how do you get somebody's calendar?
What calendar was it?
Huh?
What calendar was it?
It was one of my Google calendars.
Yeah, you just invite her. She invite herself.
How do you invite yourself to somebody else's calendar? Well, don't I have to accept it?
Does she have access to? No, like, did she have access? Did she ever have access to your Google?
She had all my passwords. Yeah.
Yeah, all you gotta do is log in and get that person access to your calendar.
See, now I feel really violated and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, so yeah, stuff like that too, man. Like, I'm just sitting here like.
But we live and we learn. And the good thing is that you did not for the sake of like talking about it, but like you have looked at the situation, went back, because you do have to play back the tape sometimes just to see like, where did I, what was I missing? What was I thinking? Because it also allows you to assess yourself and see, what was I feeling in the time period that I allowed this to happen? Who was I when this happened? And just like you said, how does this person get access to my calendar? That also lets you know that I need to be more aware of my personal, my stuff. I need to be more aware of things like that. It's so many lessons in it, but ultimately the biggest lesson in all of when it's over is figuring out what part of me got me there. And the part of me that got me there was the little girl that was, ignored or mistreated. What part got me there? The teenager or the adult that, I presented myself for this thing and I got overlooked. It's so many things that we experiences we have that set the tone for the choices and decisions we make. So it's not like it's not like it was a no fail. Like, there's no fail mission in this. You can meet someone, they can check all the blocks you created, and then a block you never knew that you needed to create has been created. Because honestly, until you got into that relationship, it was things you didn't factor in a relationship until you experienced it. It's like, oh, now I gotta make this known, or now I have to look out for this. And it's the same for me, but we don't know it until we assess it. And sometimes we assess it while we're in it, and we grow from it and we learn, and we have times where we feel like we're assessing it, and the person we're with may not be assessing it with us, are the same, like, the whole therapy thing. And we do those and we go through it. One strong thing for me, and I guess it's good to, I want to say that here, and I ask you that because of this, is our having a relationship with someone that is just an outside person. Because even though I have all my friends or whatever I got, even though I had those people, having that sounding board of do I have a logical person in my life?
Right.
Yeah, are enablers, but do I have a logical person in my life that I can say this thing and they're gonna come back with logic, not well, shit, let's burn the house down. You know what I'm saying? not somebody who's gonna necessarily just go with my BS. That makes these situations, better to come out of, better in or copable, or a way to deal with it,
Right.
Because it is things that if I didn't talk about them, I would not have assessed them, and I would have just threw it to the back and stayed in the situation. In reality, if I never talked about the things that I talked about with you all, I wouldn't have never left, or I never would have. And it's not even about not leaving. I still wouldn't have even learned from the situation, because you only talk about the things with the people that you want to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Of course, it's things that I didn't talk about with y'all. Of course, it's things I didn't discuss. So your brain is working with the known and the unknown. And I feel like I'm super grateful that I'm grateful for the military people, people that I can, call randomly, 6 months from now, someone in another place, because the perspectives that you have are different than a person that you see all the time, or the person that your friend, we all have like the chaos friend. Like I might be your chaos friend, I don't know, but you always have that friend who if it's a mess to get into, they your mess friend. Like I had a mess friend, so they didn't have logical responses. If I be like, oh, this happened, they'll be like, let's kill them, or if I say, you know what, I'm mad at this, let's go and do this, they'd be like, yeah, let's do it. I could have been like, let's rob a bank. They'd be like, all right, let's rob a bank. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You got to have those people in your corner too that can be like, I would love to rob this bank with you, and I think that's a really good idea. But do we want to go to that hole?
You check your chaos with me though, for real, because like I'm telling you, like calling you for advice and stuff, and like, I didn't tell y'all everything either. You know what I'm saying? But like the stuff that I was like, yo, I don't, is it me? And like even I think sometimes we're checking ourselves. Like, is it me? Tell me if it's me so I can change me. And I'm so used to my entire life changing myself as far as like adjusting to please other people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so for real, like, and that's how I know there's been so much growth and everything else, because I'm really like, yo, tell me if it's me. So I can go back and be like, my bad, whatever. Or am I just saying my bad just to appease this person again? You know what I'm saying? Right. And so just to even have that check with you, check your chaos with me, because that's what I'm saying. You were the one like, oh, I love, and let's, I don't want to tell you what I really do. And then my other one, she's like, man, fuck that bitch. She was like,
that came from growth though. That came from growth.
She's like,
why you mean?
Yeah. But see, I think so. I needed her too though, because and she said you too nice. She's like, you're just too nice. Like it's okay to not always be.
Yeah, you are super nice. I feel like I be on medium. I feel like you are super nice. Like, yeah.
And that's something that I tell them I ain't changing that. I said this is how God made me. The right person will come along who
it is, and don't. Because I used to pray and pray and pray. I'm like, God, just take this part of me away. The parts that I felt was too caring, too loving, or whatever. Those same parts, and I'll tell you about this later, Matt. Like I might save it for next week. Those parts of me is what I feel like saved my life later on. And so it's like, maybe don't take those parts by me. Give me discernment. I never asked for discernment, but then I asked for things and I received discernment. It's like, here, this is what you need. You just need to open your eyes to, what is in front of you. Quit going into it with the story already decided, because when you go into the story already decided, it's going to turn out the way you make it turn out in your mind. But if you open your eyes and see what's in front of you and work from that moment there, it's a little better. And so I did have to learn that, because I did think I love too much, I care too much, this is that, and just I want it all for me. But I mean, what kind of person would you be?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But why would I? And to ask for that, you have to be mindful of your words, because to even ask for that is almost cursing yourself.
Yeah.
So if God wasn't who God was, I could be in a bad situation. But no, it's like humans are meant to be compassionate, caring, loving. I want all that. I want to love my children. I want to love the ones that love me. I just need to have the discernment enough to say, this is danger. This is, watch your character. And you know, I got it. He's on YouTube. I'll have to send it to you later. But it was a guy did a series, it was a preacher, and he was doing a series about love. But in there, he talked about how they be like, oh, forgive and forget, or you forgive me. He said, I forgive you, but that does not mean that I dismiss your character. Like,
right.
I saw you, a dog. If you bit me 10 times, I know you're gonna bite, but that don't mean I don't hate you. I don't have to get rid of you, but I know that instead of me walking up and letting you bite me, now I know to take, to go this route. I know your character now.
Yeah.
And that does not mean that I have to dismiss you, but that's the part that I don't want to, take on. And I'm not send it to you because I really want you to hear it, not from my brain, because my brain makes it sound weird, but it's just it makes so much more sense about paying attention to people's character and also giving yourself the grace enough to, act accordingly. I can give you grace and I can still act in a safe manner for myself while still forgiving, loving, and caring for people. I can still, and that just comes from not learning. That comes from being people you love or people that supposed to love you and care for you, mistreating you under the guise of love. So when you meet people, you don't know how to tell the character. You don't know how to distinguish from, I can love you and still, not take your crap, because you took crap from people who loved you for so long, especially when they come from like close. Like for me, for it to be like a parental figure,
for sure,
that's where your brain was made. So it's even
that's your first relationship.
Yeah. So it's even more ingrained in you.
Yeah.
If you receive that jagged love, that painful love, then it's natural for you to accept it elsewhere,
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get off my soapboxes.
All valid points, all everything. It ain't nothing weird about that. And that is one thing for sure. Like during this last the discernment. And I make jokes, so I always compare it, because I say I always ask God for billboards because I'm his hard-headed child. You know what I'm saying? Give me the billboard, but that's a discernment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I say it was like something every day and every time, and so that's why I say I knew better. Like in so many different aspects of it, I knew better.
Yeah.
And I know that if it hadn't been for me trying to finish school and everything else at the same time, I would have left it a lot sooner. But my brain was just tired. I was tired. And I just even my therapist is like, yo, you got a lot going on. You sure you want to tackle this now? And even when I did, I was like, and she's like, I told her, I said, you were right. I'm tired, and it is a lot at once. Help my Netflix, my NCLEX. You know what I'm saying, the first time or whatever. I said, you right, you were right, but
then we came up on game time.
Yep. I was like, this is where I am. But discernment, definitely, and that's why, like, even now, I like the way I'm handling things.
Mm-hmm.
I like the direction that I'm going in.
Mm-hmm.
And when you just start listening, not even just for about the relationship stuff or anything else, when you just start listening, like we ask all the time, God give me this, God give me that. Can you do this? Can you do this for me? If you do this, I'm gonna do this or whatever. Right. But we don't always listen. Like God is always giving you answers. You might not like the answer either.
Yeah.
But God is answering you. So just even to listen and even to say, when they say give it to God.
Yeah.
But half the time we don't really, because we're still sitting over here like trying to hurry up and figure something out. Right. Even this whole path that I've taken now, but I honestly feel it's because of discernment. I feel because it's my relationship with God and everything else that stuff is happening for me in the way it is. This has been years and years of this niceness and everything is paid off. God,
right.
You didn't change. You still doing what you're doing. The outside is like, why do you get to have all this? Even people are like, it's just you. Why do you need that house that big? It ain't about me needing it. I wanted it and God gave it to me.
Yeah.
As simple as that. Like, I've put in work, I'm still working.
I get a castle.
God gave it to me. Look, he my daddy. You know what I'm saying? He my daddy. And I'm like, Daddy, like, put me up. And everything is, and that was something else. I don't know, I'll be all over. That's why we randomly speaking.
Oh, you're fine.
But that's another reason why I knew I had to end things and stop playing around with it, because I felt like I was gonna block blessings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because God was trying to clear things out, and He know better than I know. He created all of us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so that's weird though. So like, this is funny. So He created all of us, right? He's all of our fathers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we be like, you know what I'm saying?
Don't stop there. All right, we stopping there.
It was just a thought. I don't know why that just came across my head. Like, hold up. So I gotta stop. Look, we can't be calling people. No, I'm gonna say, I don't know how I'm gonna get through that one. But anyway, whatever.
See, that right there, that's you. Well,
hey,
until
next,
we can wrap this up till next week.
Yes, stay random
and keeping it real.
Always.
We're gonna be out of here. See you next week.
Later.